Imagine a night so profound, so charged with cosmic energy that it has the potential to transform your entire existence. A single moment in time where the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical blur, offering you access to untapped reservoirs of consciousness and spiritual power. What if this wasn't just poetic imagery, but a scientifically verifiable phenomenon rooted in ancient wisdom? Have you ever wondered why millions of seekers across millennia have gathered on this sacred night, drawn by an instinctive understanding of its unique properties? Tonight, we embark on a journey through the mystical corridors of ancient India, where science and spirituality converge in perfect harmony. We'll uncover how Mahasivratri isn't merely a religious observance, but a sophisticated system of temporal engineering, aligning human consciousness with universal forces. Through this exploration, you'll discover how modern scientific principles validate what our ancestors intuitively understood about cosmic rhythms and human potential. This video promises to reveal the hidden architecture of Mahasivratri, how its timing, practices, and rituals create a perfect storm of transformational energy. Drawing from both ancient Vedic sciences and contemporary research, we'll demonstrate how this sacred night operates as a powerful catalyst for personal evolution. You'll learn not only the what and how of Mahasivratri, but more importantly, the why behind its enduring significance. Our thesis is simple yet profound. Mahasivratri represents a scientifically significant convergence of celestial mechanics, biological rhythms, and spiritual awakening, a cosmic opportunity that continues to offer humanity a pathway to higher consciousness and self-realization. As we delve deeper into this exploration, remember that what follows isn't just information. It's an invitation to participate in one of humanity's most ancient and sophisticated systems of spiritual technology. Let us begin our journey through the scientific significance of Mahasivratri, where ancient wisdom meets modern understanding in a dance of cosmic proportions. The cosmic blueprint of Mahasivratri. To fully grasp the significance of Mahasivratri, we must first understand its fundamental nature as described in ancient Hindu texts and interpreted by revered authorities throughout history. According to the Shiva Purana, Mahasivratri marks the night when Lord Shiva performed the Tandava, the cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and destruction, establishing the fundamental rhythm of the universe. This interpretation is echoed by Adi Shankaracharya, who explained that the term Maha signifies greatness, Shiva represents auspiciousness, and Ratri embodies the state of transcendence beyond ordinary consciousness. The Upanishads provide another layer of understanding, describing Mahasivratri as the convergence point of three cosmic forces: the lunar cycle reaching its darkest phase, the Earth's position aligning with specific stellar constellations, and the subtle energies of creation peaking at midnight. Swami Vivekananda elaborated on this concept, stating, "On this night, the veil between the material and spiritual worlds becomes thinnest, allowing seekers to access higher states of consciousness more readily." In practical terms, Mahasivratri manifests in daily life through various observable phenomena. Just as plants align their growth patterns with lunar cycles, human beings experience heightened sensitivity to subtle energies during this period. Modern practitioners often report increased intuition, vivid dreams, and enhanced meditation experiences around this time. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad explains this occurrence through the concept of Chaitanya, or universal consciousness, which flows more freely during these celestial alignments. Scientific understanding complements these traditional perspectives remarkably well. Dr. Robert Becker's research on biological rhythms demonstrates how living organisms respond to electromagnetic field variations, similar to how devotees experience heightened awareness during Mahashivratri. This correlation between ancient wisdom and modern science becomes even clearer when examining the work of quantum physicists like David Bohm, who proposed that consciousness itself might be a fundamental property of the universe, much like the ancient Vedic concept of Chitakasha, or consciousness space. Consider the analogy of a radio receiver tuning into different frequencies. Our bodies and minds function like sophisticated instruments capable of detecting and responding to various vibrational frequencies. During Mahashivratri, it's as if the dial naturally turns to a station broadcasting pure consciousness. The Vishnu Purana describes this phenomenon metaphorically as the opening of the thousand-petaled lotus within, where each petal represents a different aspect of awakened awareness. This theoretical framework establishes the foundation for understanding Mahashivratri's transformative power. The convergence of celestial mechanics, biological rhythms, and spiritual practices creates a unique environment for personal evolution. The Rigveda refers to this as Kal Chakra Sadhana, the practice of harnessing time's cyclical nature for spiritual advancement. Modern chronobiology supports this concept, showing how biological processes synchronize with environmental cues, creating optimal windows for growth and transformation. The relationship between light and darkness plays a crucial role in this cosmic blueprint. As the moon wanes to complete darkness, it mirrors the yogic principle of pratyahara, the withdrawal of senses. This natural dimming of external stimuli creates ideal conditions for inner exploration. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali elaborate on this process, describing how controlled sensory withdrawal leads to dharana, concentration, and eventually samadhi, absorption. Furthermore, the timing of Mahashivratri coincides with the transition between seasons in many parts of India, marking a period of natural renewal. This alignment with nature's cycles reflects the Ayurvedic principle of Ritu Sandhi, the junction between seasons, considered particularly potent for detoxification and rejuvenation. Modern circadian rhythm research corroborates this, showing how seasonal transitions affect hormonal balances and immune responses. The concept of Amrita Vela, or divine time, emphasized during Mahashivratri, finds scientific validation in studies of ultradian rhythms. These 90 to 120-minute cycles of alertness and rest mirror the traditional structure of vigil observances, where periods of meditation alternate with brief intervals of movement or chanting. Dr. Herbert Benson's research on the relaxation response demonstrates how such structured practices can significantly reduce stress and enhance mental clarity. Through these multiple lenses, traditional wisdom, scientific research, and practical observation, we begin to see Mahashivratri not as a mere calendar event, but as a sophisticated system of spiritual technology. It represents the intersection of cosmic law, biological rhythm, and conscious evolution, offering humanity a precise mechanism for personal transformation. As we continue our exploration, keep in mind this fundamental truth. Mahashivratri isn't just something we observe, it's something we participate in. Like skilled navigators using celestial maps, we can learn to harness this cosmic energy for our own spiritual journey. The next sections will guide you through specific techniques to make this participation both meaningful and effective. Harnessing the power of Mahashivratri. Practical techniques for spiritual awakening. Having established the theoretical foundation of Mahashivratri's significance, let's now explore specific practices that allow us to tap into its transformative energy. These techniques, ranging from foundational to advanced, have been refined over millennia and adapted to modern lifestyles while maintaining their essential potency. Each method builds upon the previous one, creating a comprehensive approach to spiritual development. Technique 1. Trataka meditation, gazing into inner light. Preparation. Find a quiet space free from disturbances. Sit comfortably on the floor with spine erect. Place a ghee lamp, diya, at eye level, approximately arm's length away. Practice steps. Begin by observing your natural breath for 2 minutes. Focus your gaze steadily on the flame's tip without blinking. Maintain unwavering attention for 5 minutes initially. When eyes water or discomfort arises, close them gently. Visualize the flame's image at the space between your eyebrows. Hold this internal image as long as possible. Duration guidance. Start with 10-minute sessions, 5 minutes open-eyed, 5 minutes closed-eye. Gradually increase by 2 minutes weekly, up to 30 minutes total. Expected sensations. Initial eye strain followed by deep relaxation, increased tear production cleansing the eyes, subtle warmth spreading through the forehead, enhanced mental clarity after practice. Common challenges and solutions. Difficulty maintaining focus. Use shorter initial durations. Eye discomfort. Blink briefly when necessary, then resume. Restlessness. Incorporate gentle breathing exercises beforehand. Technique 2. Rudra Abhishekam, sacred water, offering 1. Setup requirements. Shiva lingam, stone or metal representation. Pure water in a copper vessel. Fresh flowers, bilva leaves and sandalwood paste. Incense and ghee lamp. Step-by-step procedure. Begin with purification chants. Om Namah Shivaya, 108 times. Pour water slowly over the lingam while visualizing divine light. Offer flowers and bilva leaves clockwise around the base. Apply sandalwood paste in vertical lines. Circumambulate the altar 7 times, maintaining focused intention. Recommended practice schedule. Perform once daily during Mahashivratri period, best done between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., Brahma Muhurta, 20 to 30 minutes per session, cooling sensation throughout the body, calming effect on nervous system, heightened sense of devotion and peace, improved emotional balance. Create a dedicated sacred space for consistent practice. Technique 3. Nada Yoga, listening to inner sound. Choose a completely silent environment. Wear comfortable clothing that allows easy breathing. Cover ears gently with palms to block external sounds. Close eyes and take 10 deep rhythmic breaths. Focus attention inward toward the right ear canal. Listen carefully for subtle internal sounds. Identify and follow the most prominent sound. Allow consciousness to merge with the sound vibration. Begin with 15-minute sessions. Increase duration by 5 minutes weekly, up to 45 minutes. Practice twice daily. Early morning and before sleep, various subtle sounds, hissing, buzzing, ringing. Deep meditative states emerging naturally. Reduction in mental chatter. Enhanced auditory sensitivity. Obstacles and overcoming them. External noise interference. Use earplugs or practice in soundproof spaces. Maintain regular practice without expectation. Gently bring focus back to sound perception technique. Shiva consciousness, breathwork 1. Sit cross-legged with hands resting on knees in Gyan Mudra, spine straight, shoulders relaxed. Inhale deeply through left nostril for count of 4. Hold breath for count of 16. Exhale slowly through right nostril for count of 8. Repeat cycle maintaining steady rhythm. Start with 9 rounds, 1 round, complete breath cycle. Progress to 27 rounds after 2 weeks of consistent practice. Ideal practice times: sunrise and sunset. Physiological responses: balanced brain hemisphere activity, reduced heart rate and blood pressure, increased oxygen absorption, heightened awareness of subtle energy flows. These techniques form a comprehensive system for engaging with Mahashivratri's transformative energy. They progress from basic sensory focus to advanced energy manipulation, each building upon the foundation laid by its predecessor. As you practice these methods, you'll notice how they interconnect, creating a synergistic effect that amplifies their individual benefits. Remember that consistency matters more than intensity. Even small, regular practice yields greater results than occasional intense sessions. Pay attention to how these techniques affect your daily life. You might notice improved concentration, better sleep quality, or enhanced emotional resilience. The key lies in maintaining sincere intention while allowing gradual transformation to unfold naturally. The transformative impact of Mahashivratri practices. As we deepen our exploration of Mahashivratri's practices, we encounter their profound implications across multiple dimensions of human experience. These ancient techniques, when practiced consistently, initiate a cascade of transformations that ripple through every aspect of our being. To illustrate this impact, consider the case of Devika Sharma, a corporate executive from Mumbai who began her Mahashivratri sadhana 5 years ago. Initially seeking relief from chronic stress, she discovered a complete metamorphosis of her physical health, emotional landscape, and spiritual awareness. Physical transformation, awakening the body's inner intelligence. Physically, regular practice of these techniques triggers remarkable changes in the body's fundamental systems. The combination of regulated breathing, meditation, and ritual observances activates the parasympathetic nervous system, leading to measurable improvements in various biomarkers. Studies conducted at the Kaivalyadhama Yoga Institute show that practitioners experience significant reductions in cortisol levels, blood pressure normalization, and enhanced immune function. The Rudra Abhishekam practice, in particular, stimulates the endocrine system through its cooling effects and rhythmic movements, promoting hormonal balance and cellular rejuvenation. The physiological benefits extend beyond these immediate markers. Ancient texts, like the Karaka Samhita, describe how such practices cleanse the nadis, subtle energy channels, within the body, facilitating the free flow of prana, life force. Modern science corroborates this understanding through research on the autonomic nervous system. Dr. Herbert Benson's work on the relaxation response demonstrates how practices like Trataka meditation and Shiva consciousness breathwork activate the vagus nerve, reducing inflammation and improving cardiovascular health. Emotional balance, cultivating inner resilience. Emotional balance emerges as perhaps the most immediate benefit of sustained practice. The Trataka meditation technique, for instance, creates new neural pathways that help regulate emotional responses. As Swami Satyananda Saraswati observed, the steady gaze develops emotional stability by training the mind to remain unperturbed. This emotional resilience manifests in improved relationships, greater patience, and enhanced ability to handle stress. Devika Sharma reported that after 6 months of regular practice, she found herself responding rather than reacting to challenging situations, experiencing what ancient texts describe as sthita prajna, stable wisdom. This transformation occurs because these practices target the limbic system, the brain's emotional center. The focused attention required in Trataka meditation and Rudra Abhishekam helps rewire habitual emotional patterns, replacing reactive tendencies with mindful responses. For example, during one particularly stressful week at work, Devika noticed that instead of succumbing to frustration, she could pause, breathe deeply, and approach challenges with clarity. This shift mirrors the concept of Vikshepa Nirodha mentioned in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, where distractions and emotional turbulence are gradually subdued. Furthermore, the communal aspect of Mahashivratri rituals fosters collective emotional healing. Participating in group chanting or temple ceremonies creates a shared energetic field that amplifies individual efforts. Devika recalled attending a midnight vigil during her first Mahashivratri, where the collective devotion of hundreds of participants created an atmosphere of profound peace. Such experiences reinforce the importance of community support in emotional growth, aligning with the Vedic principle of Sangha Shakti, the power of spiritual fellowship. Mental clarity, accessing higher states of awareness. Mental clarity evolves through the systematic application of Nada Yoga and Mantra Sadhana. The focused attention required in these practices strengthens the prefrontal cortex, enhancing cognitive functions such as decision-making, problem-solving, and memory retention. Dr. Anand Shetty, a neuroscientist specializing in meditation research, notes that the combination of sound vibration and breath control creates optimal conditions for brainwave coherence, particularly in the gamma frequency range associated with peak performance. Practitioners often describe experiencing what the Upanishads call Chidakasha Darshan, witnessing the space of pure consciousness, leading to profound insights and creative breakthroughs. These mental enhancements arise from the synchronization of brain hemispheres facilitated by mantra repetition and sound-based practices. Spiritual development, awakening the inner divinity. Spiritual development unfolds through the cumulative effect of these practices, creating what ancient sages termed antaranga sadhana, inner refinement. The advanced breathwork techniques, particularly when practiced during the potent hours of Brahma Muhurta, activate the subtle energy centers, chakras, described in Kundalini Yoga. This activation facilitates the upward movement of pranic energy, leading to states of expanded awareness. The Yoga Vasista explains this process as Turiya Avastha, transcending ordinary states of consciousness to experience pure being. Devika's spiritual journey reached new heights during her third year of practice. She began experiencing spontaneous moments of ecstasy, accompanied by vivid visions of divine light. These episodes, though brief, left her with a deep sense of connection to something greater than herself. Such experiences correspond to the awakening of Kundalini energy, which rises through the central channel, Sushumna Nadi, purifying each chakra along its path. The significance of timing cannot be overstated in this context. The midnight hour of Mahashivratri is considered especially auspicious for spiritual breakthroughs. According to the Shiva Purana, this is when Lord Shiva performed the Tandava dance, symbolizing the eternal cycle of creation and dissolution. Practicing during this time amplifies the practitioner's ability to transcend duality and merge with universal consciousness. Devika fondly remembers staying awake through the night, immersed in meditation and chanting, feeling as if she had stepped outside the confines of linear time. Relationship dynamics, radiating inner harmony. Relationship dynamics undergo significant positive shifts as practitioners embody these transformations. Cosmic alignment, union with universal forces. At the cosmic level, consistent practice aligns individual consciousness with universal forces. This alignment manifests as what modern physicists might describe as quantum coherence, while ancient texts refer to it as yoga, union with the divine. The synchronization of personal rhythms with cosmic cycles creates what Dr. Deepak Chopra calls synchrodestiny, the ability to consciously participate in the unfolding of one's highest potential. Practitioners often report experiencing moments of what the Mandukya Upanishad describes as Aham Brahmasmi, I am that, recognizing their essential unity with universal consciousness. During Mahashivratri, this alignment becomes palpable. The convergence of celestial mechanics, biological rhythms, and spiritual practices creates a unique window for accessing higher states of consciousness. Devika described feeling as though she was no longer separate from the universe, but an integral part of its vast tapestry. This realization brought immense peace and purpose, dissolving existential anxieties. Ancient seers understood this phenomenon intuitively, designing rituals that harmonize microcosm, individual, with macrocosm, universe. The act of pouring water over the Shiva lingam, for example, symbolizes the flow of individual consciousness, merging with cosmic consciousness. Similarly, the rhythmic chanting of mantras synchronizes personal vibrations with universal frequencies, facilitating this union. Navigating challenges, overcoming obstacles on the path. However, this journey of transformation isn't without its challenges. Common obstacles include dealing with initial resistance from the mind, managing expectations of quick results, and maintaining consistency amidst life's demands. Ancient texts warn against karmic backlash, temporary intensification of negative patterns as deeper layers of consciousness surface for healing. Modern practitioners must navigate these challenges with patience and perseverance, remembering the words of Sri Ramakrishna, "You cannot dig a well by digging here today and there tomorrow." Devika faced several hurdles during her early years of practice. There were days when she felt restless or doubted the efficacy of these techniques. Yet, she persevered, drawing strength from the guidance of her teacher and the supportive community around her. This persistence paid off as the initial struggles gave way to steady progress. Her story highlights the importance of finding a qualified mentor and connecting with like-minded seekers, a practice encouraged in all traditional lineages. Misconceptions about these practices can also hinder progress. Some view them purely as religious rituals, missing their scientific basis. Others expect immediate supernatural experiences, becoming discouraged when transformation appears gradual. The key lies in understanding these practices as precise technologies for consciousness expansion, requiring proper guidance and consistent application. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika emphasizes this point. Success comes to those who practice regularly with faith, patience, and proper understanding. Holistic integration, achieving Purna Yoga. The integration of these practices into daily life creates a virtuous cycle of growth. As physical health improves, it supports longer meditation sessions. Emotional stability enables deeper concentration. Mental clarity facilitates better understanding of spiritual teachings. This holistic development creates what ancient masters called Purna Yoga, complete integration of all aspects of being. The ultimate goal, as described in the Shiva Samhita, is achieving Jivan Mukti, liberation while living, where one maintains normal social responsibilities while remaining established in higher consciousness. Devika exemplifies this integrated approach. Her morning routine includes Trataka meditation followed by Rudra Abhishekam, setting a positive tone for the day. Throughout her workday, she incorporates mindful breathing exercises, ensuring she remains centered despite external pressures. In the evenings, she dedicates time to Nada Yoga and mantra chanting, winding down with gratitude and reflection. This seamless integration of practices into daily life ensures continuous growth without disrupting worldly obligations. Through this comprehensive approach to Mahashivratri practices, we witness the fulfillment of human potential in its most complete form. These techniques aren't merely tools for occasional use, but represent a complete system for evolutionary growth, validated by both ancient wisdom and modern science. As countless practitioners throughout history have demonstrated, the consistent application of these methods leads to profound transformation across all dimensions of existence. Let us remember that Mahashivratri is not just a night of celebration, but a lifetime of opportunity. Each practice, each moment of stillness, brings us closer to realizing our true nature. As you embark on your own journey, carry with you the timeless wisdom of the sages. The path may be long, but every step transforms the traveler. Embracing the path of transformation. As we reach the culmination of our exploration into Mahashivratri's scientific significance, let's crystallize the essential insights we've uncovered. We began by understanding Mahashivratri's cosmic blueprint, its precise alignment of celestial mechanics, biological rhythms, and spiritual potential. We then delved into practical techniques, from Trataka meditation to advanced mantra sadhana, each building upon the last, to create a comprehensive system of transformation. Our examination of deeper implications revealed how these practices catalyze profound changes in physical well-being, emotional balance, mental clarity, and spiritual evolution, while simultaneously enhancing our relationships and cosmic connection. The most crucial takeaway from this journey is the recognition that Mahashivratri represents far more than a calendar event. It's a sophisticated technology for human evolution. This realization echoes the words of the great sage Patanjali. Through sustained practice and detachment, one attains mastery over the modifications of consciousness. Your personal practice schedule should reflect this understanding, incorporating at least 3 key elements: daily meditation, regular energy work, and periodic intensive practice during auspicious timings. For beginners, start with 20 minutes of Trataka meditation and 15 minutes of Shiva consciousness breathwork each day. Gradually introduce Rudra Abhishekam twice weekly and Nada yoga practice 3 times weekly. As proficiency grows, expand these sessions and incorporate advanced techniques during Mahashivratri periods. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. Even 10 minutes of sincere practice daily yields greater results than sporadic marathon sessions. Progress on this path requires realistic expectations and unwavering patience. Transformation unfolds according to its own timing, often revealing itself in subtle ways before manifesting dramatically. Celebrate small victories, improved sleep, reduced stress, enhanced focus, as they accumulate into profound change. The ancient text Tirumandaram reminds us, like the lotus emerging from mud, spiritual growth occurs through persistent effort. I invite you to embrace this path not as a distant aspiration, but as an immediate opportunity for growth. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, dedicate just 5 minutes to conscious breathing while visualizing divine light. Feel the potential within you waiting to unfold. Consider this. If millions of seekers across millennia have found transformation through these practices, what might be possible for you? Let us conclude with a final thought-provoking question. If Mahashivratri represents a portal to higher consciousness, how might your life change if you learn to access this state not just once a year, but every day? The answer lies within your commitment to practice, your willingness to explore, and your courage to transform.